Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning to you. Well, definitely, you can see we got some more craziness. You know, we've got how a journalist built sources inside of Mexico's deadliest cartels. It's got 4,000 views from 2 months ago. 10 Toes podcast. It's got 128 likes. I don't like it. It's got something like 15 comments. You know, so I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I do. In fact, you know what? We're going to do some stuff like, we got a bucket. Yeah, we got that. Let's try calling Vince Vargas and see if he wants to. We got a search in here. One sec. I got it right here. We'll pull up Vincent Vargas. Right here. You can be on the podcast, bro. Let's see. We're going to call him.
Hello?
Hey, Vince. It's Dave Frank. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, man, I just wanted to give you a call back because you'd stated some possible interest about going on a podcast, and I was thinking about doing a video where I invite Tommy G and Kat to go down and meet real Cartel in Zacatecas. So I'm just curious if they would be interested in that, brother.
I personally cannot do that.
No, that's cool. That's cool. But I mean, I know that Kat's, I don't know the extent of how, I mean, I just want to make sure that people get the truth. And I know that you got a ton of integrity, man, because you wouldn't have been able to become a ranger and a federal agent if you didn't have integrity. And I'm really, you know what, I sometimes I come across sideways, but I'm really a huge fan of yours, man.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, dude.
Well, I'd love to get Kat over there. I'm sure she'll do it, but I'm not allowed to travel out into Mexico right now just because I'm going under a background investigation for the federal government. And got a couple other things in the works. So I'm just trying to protect that. But
could you do me a favor? Could you make sure to give her my name and my number and see if she has any interest in that? Because I would definitely 1,000% accompany her just to make sure that the American people get the truth and can make informed decisions, man. That's what I really care about.
Yeah, well, do me a favor. Just shoot me your email address. I'll have her email you.
Okay, yeah, I will. I definitely will. I'll do it right now, brother.
All right, sounds good, brother. Well, I appreciate the thought, and yeah, I'll send her that info, and I'll have her reach out.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Yeah, brother, you too.
You too. Thanks. Well, there you go. So now 1,000% Kat's going to have my email address and be able to get in touch with me, you know. I'm a huge fan of Vince. Huge fan. One sec. So yeah, let's just get some of this stuff. We're going to conduct a test on whether or not the waterboarding thing is good, because I misplaced the footage. Not that it's really going to work, but just some stuff. I just got off the phone with Vincent Vargas, as you can see. Katerina Szulc has definitely got, or going to have, my email. Invited them to go see Cartel people in person. We'll see if she's about it or not. See if we even hear from her. Yes. You're gonna love this. So hey, we're gonna do some things today because I'm not going to look it up right now, but a while ago, Ed Calderon, on one of his YouTube videos, was claiming about hearing people screaming while they were being waterboarded, and I took issue with it. So, you know, I've got a little bit of water like this. I've got a piece of cloth like you would typically put over someone's face when you're waterboarding them, and I wanted to know if you could hear the screams while they were being waterboarded. So what I had done previously was I had taken one of these things and I put it around my head and stuck my head in the bucket. And, you know, we're listening to Katerina Szulc again. 2 months ago, 4,000 views, 10 Toes podcast, 15 comments. Let's see. 128 likes. And I wanted to know if Ed was telling the truth. And so in order to ascertain whether or not you could hear people being screamed while they were being waterboarded, I conducted this experiment, which clearly does not rise to the level of Andrew Bustamante and Julian Dory and Tommy G. I would love to have a 4-way get together with those guys and discuss the subject, but they don't really into that. Tommy G has completely been unresponsive. So let's see. I did this and I took some tape, and I'm out of tape right now, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And I went like this. Not the most pleasant, but as you can see, you can hear people screaming when they're being waterboarded. So I found out that Ed Calderon, minimum, there's plausibility. Not a big deal, right? So I mean, I've got some zip ties to see whether or not it's entertaining for you guys. And I've uploaded a video on it before, breaking through 10 wraps of duct tape. It's on one of my shorts. Hold up, let me get the snot out of my nose. But every time I've heard these people talk,
want to cover hard-hitting transnational topics was to just go and be independent. Like, also, we're in this digital age now where independent media is on the rise.
You're like Nick. Certainly.
So today I was watching Jeff Nadeau talk about Sean Higgs that was on Ian Bick being full of it. I was talking about, let me make sure that this is adjusted for maximum visibility. So, you know, I was checking that out. And Sean Hicks, apparently, full of it. Johnny Mitchell. A lot of people calling him a fraud, too. Forgive the snot, man. But, man, one sec. My apologies, everybody. I got a bunch of videos up, and you know, not everybody's interested in my opinion, and they don't have to be. I just got off the phone with Vincent Vargas, who gave me an ear after I told him I was building an open source intelligence database. And you've got Katerina Szulc on, Julian Dory, Sean Ryan, all these other people. And you know, talking about being an international export, I've contacted her several times, and I have sources through work and otherwise in Mexico, in one of the most contested regions, one of the most violent and dangerous regions, to where if Kat's really interested in investigating this stuff, it's crazy that she wouldn't get back to me after almost 2 years of reaching out to her. I'm not certain that she's not Mossad or CIA or somebody else. Luis Chaparro and his garbage of furnishing CIA agent names and doxing them, even though he's living in the U.S., like he wouldn't be brought up under federal charges for that. There's so much stuff that goes on. So I do stupid stuff like this. Not high level, not rocket science, but you can clearly hear people screaming through wet cloth. We just did it. Right now. Snot coming out of your nose. I asked these guys to prove their stuff, and she's sitting here making fantastic claim after fantastic claim. When we get out of here, and we go to here she is on Ironclad, cartel ops on Ukraine front lines.
Who holds the power? These cartels are learning how to fly drones somehow. And last year, we figured it out.
So here she's making a statement that Mexican nationals are going to Ukraine, learning how to fly cartel or drones from Ukraine. But in this entire video, does she prove any of it? That's my question to you.
In 2025, Mexican intelligence sent a confidential memo to Ukrainian intelligence to inform them that cartels had infiltrated their foreign
Does she have a copy or a picture of this confidential memo?
fighting program. They were recruiting foreign mercenaries and sending people over to Ukraine.
Everything is hearsay, dude. All of it. Here she is driving around.
And take cover, wait it out, and then reconvene. So
let's just look at something. Let's just go here on their same video. How do they prove that Mexicans are in Ukraine? Let's see what AI has to say about it. In 2025, Mexican intelligence sent a confidential memo to Ukrainian intelligence that they never show. Suspicious skill levels, background checks and investigative work, the security service of Ukraine. So there's never video evidence. The investigator notes that sources have shared video footage, but not her. She doesn't have any credible sources or proof of herself. And Kat, Vince just gave you my email. If you've got any proof of this, let's go to Mexico and meet cartel members together. I've got sources for the government because you don't like to interview any Mexican government sources. You don't do it at all. Everything's over here in Ukraine, hearsay, shearsay. So, because I'm like bottom bones, but I'm legit. I've been out for like 2 years almost now, publicly, and I've been calling out Sean and Ed for many years now at this point. I've had Navy SEALs on camera telling me certain things and their opinions about people that I've been interested in. You've never gotten back to me. I just got off the phone with Vince. Since you love to run around being Canadian and acting like you're Mexican, being that I have a home in Mexico, unlike you. Maybe you do, I don't know. Maybe we could talk about that. I've offered to buy you and your boyfriend dinner before, but all the videos that I put out, you guys never get back to me. I've emailed you on several occasions. You got my email. I've contacted you through Instagram, through YouTube, and every other thing. You're sitting here putting out all this sensationalist stuff on multiple channels. Funnel or whatever his name. I get to the point to where I don't even want to interact with you guys because it's just so much bullshit. But here you are making more fantastic claims again. So I want to give you a golden Willy Wonka ticket to the chocolate factory to go meet Cartel in person if you have the ovaries that people claim that you do in your comment section. We'll see what's up. I 1000% can make this happen. I am not affiliated with any cartel. Certain members of my former platoon have been rumored by CJNG to be working for the Mayo Zambada cartel. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not because I haven't had anything to do with them for a while. There's a couple close friends that I have with my platoon that I'm still in contact with. Another member of my platoon is since deceased, as are other members. But talking ones that I've been personally very close with that have been in my house partying and having barbecue. And I'm extending this invitation to you. I've wanted to do videos with Ed Calderon, and it is crazy to me that you guys can go out and do all of the videos that you guys can do. But you don't want to talk to a guy that's actually been there and done it and been as confrontational and controversial as I have been. I do not have a perfect grill. I don't need to look a perfect way because I was there doing the work. And I've proven it time and time and time again. And Jeff Nadu and other people are not doing videos on me like they do on Sean Hicks, like they do on Johnny Mitchell, like they do on JD DeLay and every other thing. And there's a reason for that. It's because, unfortunately, in your guys' case, I'm 1,000% who I proclaim myself to be, right? And I didn't want to get into the YouTube thing. I've already told my story, so people will know who I am and have a chance to sit there and pick apart everything. I'm writing a book on my life, and I'm writing a novel. Oh, well, I seem to have gotten a little bit of water on me. Whatever. Lavamos con la lluvia y secamos con el sol. It's what we say in Mexico when you have a uniform, that we are the flags of Mexico. We wash with the rain and we dry with the sun because you get wet so often because it rains all the time. You just get used to being wet while you're on patrol. Something you don't learn in your bullshit videos, Cat. I don't even know what I should say about all this, but I've sat there and just wanted to have an interview with you. You guys won't even grant that, but you go talk to, who the fuck is this guy? Shouldn't cuss, but I'm gonna go look. Here it is. 10 Toes Podcast.
The only way that I'm going to
let's go to his channel.
I actually want to cover
10 Toes Podcast channel. 4.73 thousand subscribers. He's been putting videos out. This is what I'm talking about, guys.
Was going down with that.
She'll go on here and she'll put out videos. He's got videos that are going on 3 months ago, 9 months ago, 1 year ago. His oldest video is a year ago. I've been hitting this chick up with actual experience working in Mexico for going on 2 years. This is exactly the type of shit that I'm talking about. Let's see what they got. The intro.
Got successful, made millions of dollars. And I think a lot of people want to hear that. And then I'm going to tell you something. We're going to talk about the juicy juice. All this stuff. Juice.
Let me ask you a question, Jason. Do you really care what happened when somebody went to middle school and high school?
Let's see who this podcast she goes on is.
All right, we're rolling. We're doing our own thing.
So this is 10 Toes In, guys. We're going to do our own podcast. The reason why...
10 Toes Podcast, also known as 10 Toes Down, is hosted by true crime creators, former federal inmates Jason Vatrobic and Kyle Sandler. So Cat Szulc can take a time to go over with someone that's got 4,000 subscribers that gets 900 views. I've got videos up that have closing in on 7,000 views on one of them. Tommy G's calling his cartel contacts 1,000. And that was after me re-uploading a lot of shit too. But they don't have time to talk to some guy, even when they do cartel content, with the only American that they know that was actually suited up with a Mexican machine gun, a Mexican credencial policial, or police credentials, and running around Mexico. Not a chirp, not one word my way. And these guys, so I figured out a lot of things over the last year or so, couple years doing this videos, is that YouTube, and I've been doing videos on big channels for about a year now. YouTube is a business. It's all fluff and bullshit, almost all of it. Which is why these guys won't ever want to go meet real cartel people in person with someone that could actually meet them, or introduce them rather, with someone that actually works for the Mexican government or others. You don't see it. You see bullshit. You'll watch the Australian Broadcasting Corporation go over and interview municipal police in Tijuana, or another one interview members of the Mexican infantry. And I think that one was in Guerrero or Michoacan. It was one or the other. But you'll have these people on American podcasts sitting there on these shows like this talking about all this cartel bullshit, or over in Ukraine talking about Mexicans being over in Ukraine, drumming everything up. Been doing this for a while now, and every single time I try to get these guys to prove their stuff, they never want to do it. Never, ever, ever. And that's kind of what's up. You know, I haven't heard anything from Eddie Dennis or Ed Calderon either in terms of wanting to do a podcast together. Gaffe 423, he's on the phone that I'm recording this on right now. Every single time I try to get one of these guys to do an interview with me, and granted, I'm sitting here with the bucket of water right there, the towel's hanging up on my Mukjang Wing Chun dummy. I've got my punching bag right over there. This is my man cave. I just bought this for $39 2 days ago. Not pretentious, not made up. 1000% authentic and legitimate. And every single time I want to have a talk with one of these major YouTubers or podcasters, when I've got something adversarial to say, like tough, real questions like, hey, how is it that the cartel grants you access when they murder all of the journalists in Mexico, but because you have not taken no for an answer, they're going to give you access? Total bullshit. You know, you watch things in the world with all this stuff, like a lot of things provoking hatred towards Israel and stuff like that, rightfully or wrongfully, but it's going on. You can see it. And Greater Israel and all of these different ideas that converge, and there's a lot of factual basis behind them. You'll see it and you'll know kind of what to make out for yourself. But when you ask people honest, open, hard questions like, why do they allow you access but they kill every other journalist in Mexico? Why are you on Sean Ryan's and you're a cartel international expert at 24 years old, but you've never worked in it officially and never conducted an official interview with any Mexican governmental source? And then all of a sudden now I've gone down to different. Fernando Puentes doesn't even know your last name when you're on Podcast del Bordo. You're on some ex-federal inmates thing. You know, where's Pierre Rossini at? You go down this whole thing. You know how many fucking emails, excuse the language, you know how many emails I've gotten from any of these people? None, dude. They don't want to talk to me. Which is crazy because I know what questions they ask and I know that I can put them on blast in real time. And still, I'm just sitting here. My chopper's a few feet away from me. I've got one of those round lights like you see on JD DeLay's thing. Nate Cornacchia, the Green Beret, and all the other military channels don't want to talk to me because they'll make claims like American SEALs pulled the trigger on Mencho and that Americans are being kidnapped. And then when I'm on Nate's live feed, I'll be like, hey, do you have any proof? And Nate blows up on me, Valhalla VFT, laughing at me for paying him to ask a question and demanding proof on the crazy claims that he's saying, and then backs it up on one of his live feeds by, well, the United States Department of Defense, which was the Department of War at the time, made that claim apparently, and so he's parroting it or echoing it. I'm not here to be anybody's friend, man. Actually, not true. I'm here to be all of our friends by enabling you to be able to make up a factual, or come to a factual conclusion, knowing whether or not what you're hearing is bullshit or not, fabricated or not. There's a few things out like why a reporter would make it to the pinnacle of Canadian news and then leave less than a year later. And it's not even anything really backing any of that stuff up that couldn't be fabricated online. I did manage to corroborate whether or not Ed was at Baja California State Police, which with a Mexican police ID number that he furnished me. And in fairness to him, I'm not going to divulge it, but I did do that. I posted the video. But then there's also been other videos like Jeff Bramstead, a Navy SEAL, telling me that they don't know or have any groups of Mexican nationals coming over, being trained by Navy SEALs, and then going back to Mexico. And Ed has no contemporaries that are out doing videos. But Gaffe 423 can sit there and come up with 800 episodes with only 3 people being identified and none of them having anything to do with anything except for one woman that was a police officer there. Everybody else is all a made-up persona, or could be, potentially. kind of what I've got to say, guys. People like my videos, they don't like my videos, I don't give a damn, because I go to work every single day, wake up super early, and I'm going to have some homework turned in later today. And then we'll just see what's up. You know, yeah, let's get to it. You know, it was also super interesting that Vincent said that he couldn't go to Mexico to meet real drug cartels, even though I just invited them. Because he's doing a federal background investigation. Crazy. Crazy that someone like that, and I am a huge fan of Vince, man. We're both from the same area, LA. I love that guy, man. Big fan. But can't go to Mexico because they're doing a background investigation. So, if you're doing all things cartel, having all things to do with cartel on ironclad, narco, whatever it is, Cat Szulc is an international expert in all things cartel, but he can't go to Mexico because he's doing a background investigation, but he can sit there and talk with Katerina Szulc, who apparently is neck deep in all things cartel. You know, it's just things that don't make any sense, man. Hey, significant other half that's sitting over there at your desk writing stuff. You want to pepper spray me right now?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want it.
What do you mean you don't want to? I have to do it for my audience.
David, no, you don't have to do it for your audience. You haven't pepper sprayed yourself a lot of times before. So why you have to do it right now?
Okay. Do you want to go on a date?
Yeah. Let's go.
You want to go on a date?
Yeah.
There you have it. The missus wants to go on a date. Did we go on a date yesterday?
Yeah, we did. And did you tell your audience, like the Mexican writer say, like you're doing something really good?
No, I left that part out of it.
Okay.
My instructors like my book. You know, Mexicans and Americans have lived together for a long time at this point. And to have some Canadian come sit there and stick her finger into the pozole and agitate it without any proof fucking pisses me off, because, and it should piss you off too. This is why. If you have any truth, any proof, Luis Chaparro, if you have any proof, Gafe 423, if you have any proof, Katerina Szulc, fucking state it, not, oh, Mexican intelligence issued a memo. Bullshit. I had a whole bunch of people after I got done being on Ian Big, Johnny Mitchell, Julian Dory, all down in the comment section, Glenn Beck and everybody else and their fucking mother telling me, oh, you weren't ever in there, you didn't do that, you didn't do this, and I've got fucking proof of all of it. Have posted it. Hey, am I legit as far as doing what I said I've done?
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows. So, no, I'm just saying, because I don't have a problem proving who I am and saying what I do, but you know what? Your audiences deserve better from you fucking people. And so, you know, I do have people I know to where if you want to actually go meet some bad people, not engage in breaking the law, but actually go down and interview somebody, I can help facilitate that. Katerina Szulc, Tommy G, Julian Dory. Julian, I like you a lot. Tommy G, my mind's still out on, the jury's still out on that one. But if you really want to get to the bottom of like cartel related news, or present something to your audience that isn't something that's theatrical, made up with a balaclava and an ironclad studio, ironclad, shame on you and Jeremy Carey and all those guys too, I've talked to you guys so many times, to where people can actually make an informed fucking decision, hit me up. Because I will definitely accommodate you and humor you. Without a fucking doubt. And I'll do it for free because, hey, do I wake up early every single day?
Before 5.
Before 5 every day. Every single day I'm up and I'm at it. And am I going to school too?
Yeah.
I do every fucking thing. I'm not supposed to cuss. She hates it when I cuss. I do everything that I say I'm going to do. Not always perfectly, and I don't always finish it as fast as I want to. But when you guys are going to sit there and make up lies that affect American people and the Mexican people and do it without any proof, I'm going to be on your ass like white on rice, man. 1000%. I deserve it. Your viewers deserve it. My wife deserves it. Good people in both countries deserve you not sitting there trying to profit off of the suffering of other people that you bring about with half-truths. Or worse yet, stuff that's just completely fabricated. So that's what I've got for the day. Everyone's sitting there talking about how big your big brass bronze balls are. Fucking prove it by getting a cartel guy to go on fucking video with you without his fucking face covered up right in front of his organization, like Joaquin Guzman can with Sean Penn. There was no fucking faking that. That's for real. But you won't do it. That goes for you too, Gafe423. I'm calling all of you fucking people out, man. Have been for a while. I don't have to be handsome. I don't have to be the most articulate. The only thing I have to do is be honest, and I am. I'll prove everything I'm fucking saying. Try me. Fucking try me, because if I got the balls to show up in Mexico and earn my fucking uniform, I've definitely got the balls to fucking humor you. Cat, Tommy, the rest of you fucking guys. 10 Toes Podcast, Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan, Lex Fridman, and every other one of you. All of you. I don't care. I don't care how that sounds. I'm not even going to edit it. Ciao.